Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you so very much for tuning in to episode 12 of Starsector, which originally aired live on Twitch. And take a look. This system also has other points of interest. So here's a barren world, here's a gas giant. This one has ruins. Poor farmland, extensive ruins, abundant organics. And let's explore the ruins. Garbage. Kind of, more or less garbage. Alright, the other world. Olquoma. Adequate farmland, sparse ore, and abundant organics. So this is the one that I was thinking about colonizing here. That is a little bit better. I will also show you the let's survey some of the other ones. So whatever this is, Quikia. I need to be careful about how much heavy machinery I use up, so never mind. I'm not going to survey things that are obviously non-starters. And let's go to the cryovolcanic world and maybe the rocky metallic. Ooh, bunch of domain era probes. Hold on. I'll stop for that. And one gave the location of a mothership, which would be very close by. Here, in fact. Somewhere in the system. Doesn't consume machinery. No, yeah, you're right. Okay, so ultra rich, and diffuse volatiles. It's a very good mining planet. And then let's go over to Barbadabadunga, or whatever it's called. And maybe Jalp. Oh, it's so much nicer not to have such a massive fleet drawing crazy supply use. I mean, once you have like a really well set up colony and you're making a lot of money, you can support that kind of price. But I can't. Oops. I thought I grabbed that. Guess I left it behind. Little ship babies. Alright, this is a non-starter. Sparse, yeah. That planet sucks. Alright, so we have a mining planet. We have a farming planet. Let me check Thrundi or whatever. And my compromise hall is now repaired. I've removed that demod through skill points. Very OP skill right there. All right, that is a hot, atmosphereless planet. Got it. So, you all wanted me to colonize. Let's go over to Olquoma, and I'm going to raffle off a name here. And let me set up my giveaway so that it's actually ready to go. Okay, giveaway is all set up. So if you want your name in the books as a colony, just let me know. I'm going to poke around this system a little bit more, waiting for the raffle to wrap up. So this grape stinks. Diffuse volatiles. And this is the mothership, I presume? Oh no, this is the Cryosleeper. So, to explain, this is another one of the reasons why I really like Jotunheim. Your fleet approaches the domain-era Cryosleeper left from an initial domain exploration of the sector. This is one of the massive vessels of legend which transported millions of human immigrants from the core systems of the domain out to the great frontiers stretching from the Sagittarius Arm across the Orion Spur. Judging by the weak but stable EM read of the sensors, many of the sleeper caskets remain viable even after so many hundred of cycles here on the wild shores of the Persian Arm. John, thanks for the resub. And if I had the people to take on the drone battleship, I could, but obviously I'm not going to do that right now. But huge boon there. So that provides pretty big benefits to any colonies. And Yalpir, Jalp or whatever it's called, was plentiful volatiles, cold, and high gravity. How you join the giveaway? All you got to do is type something. You're already in. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Cryosleepers provide a benefit to anything within 10 light years of it. Oh, and then here is the mothership with a whole bunch of automated defenses as well. There also happens to be an inactive gate here and 2 stable locations. So Kia is the only thing I haven't surveyed. Let's go over to survey that. And the raffle should be wrapping up in just a second. Is it because I'm using a seed? Yes, I explored the seed sort of ahead of time, so I knew that this system was decent. Last stream, I spent basically 5 hours surveying everything in here, and I didn't want to have to spend another 5 hours to find something viable, so I did some surveying off stream so that I wouldn't have to spend another 5 hours surveying. Seems like a perfect place with everything? Yes. The only thing imperfect about it is it's 30 light years from core, which sucks. But there we go. That is the whole sector. I can also poke around the other adjacent systems because they're close enough that they're pretty easily defendable. This is the new core. It's not quite that perfect for a new core, but having the domain era Cryosleeper is pretty nice. What is the accessibility? Well, we'll see, won't we, once we colonize. Accessibility, of course, changes depending on my relationship with other factions, but it would have an accessibility of 23% by default. Of course, you can also increase your accessibility through using things like the fullerene spool and free ports and whatnot. All right, raffle. That's a long raffle, isn't it? Less accessibility usually just means less attention. It also means that you're not necessarily going to make as much money selling your wares. But that's, you know, it's really up to your preferences. And for now, what I'm going to be doing is just focusing on one planet, because initially colonizing a planet and getting it ready to go is fairly expensive. So colonizing 2 at once is just too expensive. So we'll do 1 at a time, and the plan here is to colonize and then kick it to you to see what else you want me to do while the colony develops over time. And countdown is done. Perfect alignment with the monthly expenses. All right, so it is the Boomalope for life. So this will be the Boomalope planet I'm colonizing. So we're going to establish a colony. And Boomalope. I like that name. All right, the faction name. Oh, God. I don't know. I hadn't really thought about this far ahead. But of course, there's always another giveaway. Oh, look at that name. I need to be able to pronounce the name Tusk United. So we also have to pick flag. I don't know. I'm just going to pick a generic flag. Rhadamant's Raiders. All right. The Rhadamant's Raiders? Nah. R. Yes. A. And we'll start with an RR. Your name can be intimidating. You know what I'll do? You'll be the... You know, you'll be the second planet or something. Kershevskoy or something. And there's the first planet. Now, Freeport requires a fully built starport, which takes 15 days, in order to open up, but that will draw more attention. Hazard pay is something that you can pay to increase your growth percent. And because the hazard... how hazardous this planet is so low, my credits per month invested for hazard pay is basically nil. At this point, I'm not going to install an alpha core governor, but I will. Nope. Nope. I have to wait 15 days. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to, well, I'm going to start the farming industry here. And then I'm going to start exploring around the nearby area. I want to figure out what else is around me. And then I'll come back once the 15 days are up. So now, the crew that I hired has been consumed. They are gone. Oh, you know, I can also drop off a whole lot of my special stuff. So, go to storage, and... drop that off, that off. Even the gamma cores. I might want them. And I think that's good. Let's also store some of the other garbage that I got, because we might, you know, find other stuff out there. Okay, so let's explore this this constellation a little bit. Do the consume crew have a monthly fee? Not that I believe, no. Well, it's a little bit different, because what will end up happening is, instead of the crew payroll, what I'm going to have is a planet upkeep. My colony is going to start costing me money for the support that I have to offer it initially to get it set up, because it is not a free endeavor. All right, this star system looks boring. 3 stable points, and it doesn't seem to be anything here. I'm gonna do another active burst to see if there's anything hiding. Oh yeah, there's stuff hiding. A buffalo freighter? Is that the one? I have a bunch of buffalo, don't I? These are technically buffalo. Yeah. Well, let's take a look. Full of transplutonics. That works for me. And another derelict ship. A Falcon. Oh, not bad. I will recover it. I don't have enough crew to keep all of my ships combat ready, so I'm going to mothball. I don't like that. I'm gonna mothball the Falcon for now, until I have a little bit more crew. But that's basically a free Falcon, so that's pretty awesome. I can't do a transverse jump or a E-burn because that Falcon is mothballed and therefore vulnerable, so let me go drop that off at HQ. And I would consider this completely cleared. The spaceport just finished at Boomlo, and farming has started. So let's get back to the spaceport too. 2 reasons to go back home. It's weird. Home. We're technically home. So the current project now is improve Boomalope. There we go. Any use for that system later on? No, pretty much none. I was hoping for some sort of planet that I might be able to set up an industry on, but there's not much use for it. It has a bunch of stability points, but there's nothing to even build there. So here's Boomlo. And what I could do is I could actually take hire the crew that are waiting at Boomlope to then activate my my Falcon so that I can undemod it for free. As long as, yeah, I have the crew to support it. Cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna also refit it and slap whatever I have in my cargo pods in it so that it's not naked. I basically don't have a lot of weapons on me, but yeah. So it's a not naked ship, and give it a whole bunch of glorious garbage here. Health Falcons move at 9, so I don't need engines. So targeting core, and for now, this thing is I'm really only going to be hopping around. So expanded cargo bays. Not that that's a good choice for a Falcon, but I'm choosing that because that's basically it. It's acting as a cargo bay at the moment. Give it solar shielding so don't burn it up. All right, there we are. And we will get that repaired over time. Okay, and then taking a look at Boomlope, managing the colony. Here's my spaceport, and I can install a full ring spool to increase its accessibility by 30%. Boom. That dramatically increases my growth percent, and my accessibility is a lot higher now. I don't even necessarily need hazard pay to keep growing, so I'm actually not going to pay for hazard pay because I don't think I need it. And then it's 52 days left for farming, so I'm going to bum around this area of the solar system until the farming is done, and then we'll see what we do from there. Whether I try to invest in better ships and go bounty hunting, whether I explore, whether I do the main missions. Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but there is a huge advantage doing the main campaign, living so remotely. So that's something that we might want to consider. But I'll leave it up to poll anyway. And survey. There is an arid world here, so that's of some interest. It's a big one too. It's a honker. So if we take a look at the monthly expenses, my crew payroll is down a lot. It was at like what, 11,000? Now it's at 4,000. So obviously lower. Some of the fees that I incurred, about 8,500 of it, was the crew that I hired from Boomlope. And then, as you can see, Boomlope's already netting money. And next month, I won't even be paying for the hazard pay. So soon, Boomlope will be a boon to me, especially after farming gets set up. That's good. Only good news. All right. There's some other things I'm going to want to do at Boomlope, which involves a lot of financial setup. Yeah, okay. Common organics, poor farmland. So if I really wanted to corner the farming market, here's yet another farm world that I could potentially go to. Let me see if there's any other ruins here. And at that point, we will probably... Oh, right. You guys told me to do a technology point. So... get some ECM. And some puppy treats. There you go, buddy. Here, I'll put the puppy cam on. All right, no ruins there. Cheers. No ruins here either. So there's no ruins here anywhere. I'm just going to do the prelim survey so I don't use up all my supplies. right, let's head over to the next closest, which would be Doomer. Okay, Doomer. While we wait for the farm to be built. There is a bunch of worlds here, but none of them are particularly habitable. Barren, gas giants, stuff like that. Alright. We'll poke around for some ruins while we wait. Also, I gotta remember to do my active sensor burst to see if there's any, you know, surprises. Alright, so this one has ruins. That's about all it has. And the ruins has a beta core. Gonna put that aside because I'm likely gonna want to use that later. Gamma cores, I think, are not beneficial enough to hold on to them. I'd rather just give them to Tritachyon for 30k. But beta cores can really help out your industries. So the way they work is, obviously they will attract a lot of negative attention, but they will dramatically increase the efficiency of the industries that you install them in. So it's risk versus reward. And this has ruins as well. Of a gamma core. And hegemony blueprints that I already knew. And then I think there's one planet left. Barren gas giants are planets too? I guess so. If you say so. I wouldn't colonize there though. Okay. I think the farms are still, if you're wanting to manage your colonies, you can always go to your intel and take a look at like how the colony's progressing. So 20 more days to finish farming. I can tell from just a distance. So let's keep popping around. I'm gonna go over to this nebula. I'm basically trying to figure out things to do while I wait for improvements to be built, rather than just sit there and pass time doing nothing. Okay, so we have some remnants here. And some rogue planets. I like me some rogue planets. I didn't mean to survey. Oh well. Yeah, you can build remotely too. True, I can't install things, I don't think, right? That's what I was trying to do, but I don't know if there's actually going to be anything for me to install in the farm anyway. Hi, Tusk. What's up, girl? Yeah, must be present to install. There you go. There is a mart for farming, I don't think I have it, yeah. Alright, there's a lot going on here. Maybe old probes? Derelict ships? Mining base? Ooh, weapons cache. Of really, really terrible weapons. Well, still free. Alright, that's all that there is to offer. So we're going to head back and drop off or pick up all the bounty that I had left at Jotunheim, left at Boomlo, and head back to the core worlds. farming just finished, so at this point, this little farming colony will give me about 13k per month, which offsets some of the cost I have. So the way this works is, depending on the progress of the colony size, you will unlock additional industries. So if you mouse over here, as you can see, colony size 4 is 2 industries, 5 is 3, 6 is 4, and there's also other buildings for me to build here. So one of the first things you're probably going to want to do is get an orbital station, but they're pricey. I'm going to do a high-tech orbital station, and one of the benefits of the orbital station is you can mouse over here. It will provide a station combat readiness, so basically we'll defend against some like low-level pirates and also give a little bit of stability. It's just, you know, high upfront price and high upkeep, but the more orbital stations you have in a solar system, the more sort of defensive presence you will have. So having a whole bunch of orbital stations isn't necessarily a bad idea. And then there's other things like a way station. A way station increases supply and maintenance and accessibility. That would really another really good thing to build, as would ground defenses if it's ever going to get attacked, and patrol HQs. But for now, I'm just going to do orbital station. Keep it simple. Yeah, each item also increases pather interest. What I will say is the pather interest is significantly different in this current version than it was in previous versions. In previous versions, the pirates and the pathers were rabid, and they would attack you constantly and ridiculously. In this version, they're really toned down considerably. So here's the station that I'm starting to build under construction around Boomelope. And we are going to... And here's the resources that Boomelope makes. So crew and food. And then here are the goods that I've stored here that I'm going to reclaim. So I'm going to drop off my stuff I don't intend to sell and take the stuff I do intend to sell. So I'll drop off the weapons at this point, because weapons don't sell for very much and I might want to refit. And then this stuff here is going to come back with me to the core worlds, this row, so that I can sell it. All right, as you can see, it's a one-way trip. So the question I'm going to ask right now is, what should I do next? Bounty hunt, treasure hunt, story, campaign. What else would there be? Smuggling. I could set myself up as a smuggler. Attempt to enlist with a faction. Or trade. There you go. Get a vote timer on that. And short time to vote, but pretty much everything that is on that poll requires me going to the core worlds. But if we take a look at my income here, as you can see, my my income from Boomelope is now positive, and it's helping to offset my officer and crew costs, which is very, very helpful. And hopefully by the time I get back to the core worlds, that Falcon that I found will be undemodded. There it goes. Alright, it's undemodded now. That was quick. And now I'm only paying 5k a month rather than the 20k. And as Boomelope progresses, I'll be getting more and more food, or more and more money. It's a very stormy route to the colony, yeah. Most of the ships that I have in my fleet right now are like cheap little ships, so they're not much of a problem to ding up. Oh, but one thing I wanted to do is name this falcon after you. So RR, there it is. After the last raffle winner. I am burning through supplies, yeah. It's fine. I can't be bothered to steer. Well, let's go ahead and offload some of this bounty that we found while exploring ruins, the transplutonics and the like. Black market. 127,000. Done. And then the other thing I want to do, let me just repair. Okay, so taking a look, story campaign overwhelmingly will be what we pursue. I'm on it. We're gonna have to go over to Yama for that first. Well, that's not exactly true. So in order to do that, we just have to talk to the Academician. What? That's a new word. Which is down here at Galatia. But what do I want to do before that? I could pull. So let me hit up a tritachyon to get rid of these gamma cores. Hey, shield. Wow, that's a cheap bounty. Jesus. It's cheap because it's easy, but my goodness. It's like no ships at all. All right. 90K and some rep with Tritachyon. I can always wish to be commissioned by them, but that wasn't what was voted on. And then I used that money that they just gave me to black market a whole bunch of stuff. Because that's what I do. Fleet. Let me check if there's dual machine guns. If there's anything sexier to throw on this thing. Heavy burst, lasers, nah. I'll just keep it so simple. I didn't even really redesign the mules, so they're sort of garbage. And then this Falcon's gonna want some stuff, so it's not totally awful. So the heavy cannons are fine as anti-shield. I'll just put some burst lasers on this bad boy. Get rid of the cargo hull. And wow, the only point defense you hear have mining lasers? I'm not gonna buy those. So I'll keep trying to increase the how nice those are, but let me head over to pick up some of my other fleet. Arm up the mules just in case. I'll be looking for them, I guess. Honestly, the mules have been more reliable for me than even the Falcons. I could pursue a meta fleet build if you guys really wanted. I wouldn't necessarily be against that, but it does require a lot of shopping around or wait until I can make my own ships. Eventually you can build your own ships at your own colonies, but until then it just takes a long time if we want to do like, oh, you know, let's do the X or wolf meta or something like that. It would take a long time to buy all of the wolves required for that. God, there are no weapons being offered here. Ugh. Yeah, there's assault chain gun, burst laser, needler. Yeah, these weapons are the worst. I'm not gonna buy any of them because they all suck. right. Heading to the siphon station to pick up the parked ships. And crew, probably. I'm gonna leave the big boys for now, just because I don't think I can really truly yet afford to bring them out of, you know, and bring their combat readiness up to snuff and have them ride with us. So I'm just gonna wait on that. But I will put the pilots in the big ships. So Thingface, Orton, Tangier. Kilgore gets shafted with some discount, but oh well. And move them up. Alright, move these up. And we are ready to pursue some story. I also will save a copy. Does it work for mothball ships? If I bring them with me, I believe... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I believe it would. So let's try that. I'm not even really sure, but let's try that. I'm going to probably want to take the Legion into service first, which needs a name. So let me get a giveaway going for that right now. There it is. And we will keep that ship with us, but mothballed. It will slow us down. Our max burn level will be lower because of the mothballed ship, and we won't be able to do certain actions as a result. I don't think a augmented field drive helps for a mothballed ship, but let's hope it doesn't have to come out of service. I'll just put a bunch of flak on it. Why not? It's a flak ship with some Vulcan cannons on the side. That works for me. I'm not even gonna put fighters in it yet. Well, I feel like I should. Some longbows and broadswords. Flagship? Yeah, it's just a flagship. Confirm. Alright, it's hot garbage, and I love it. So, raffle over next to Yoda's head for when this comes out. The RR Legion is what it's going to be named for now. And let's refuel. So yeah, okay. Don't break anything. So yeah, the burn level is now faster, even though it's mothballed, which is... Wait, where is it? I don't... What? No, it's weird. And now we'll head over to the quest. As Boomalope progresses here. 49 days left on the orbital station. Farming is looking good. I can also make improvements, but I'm not going to use my story points that way. But you can improve production in this way. I can improve accessibility at the spaceport But I'm not really ready to make those kind of investments just yet. Sometime in the future, yes, but not at the moment. I don't want to pull that trigger until the future is secured for that little settlement. All right, so back to the intel screen. Going to important. We are going to go down here and talk to a dude. How long has this campaign been going? 12 hours? Thereabouts. Just shy of 12. Alright, monthly expenses, as you can see, get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Thanks to Boomloat's exports of food. And that's only going to improve with time, I hope. Ouch. I keep hitting my flagship against storms. Alright, I'm going to save again. The agent launches... Okay. Greetings, Captain. Have you considered donating to a scholarship trust with the Academy? The agent launches into a polished spiel. The Academy was founded pre-collapse, a humble institution of research and higher education on the grand frontier of the domain. I will be doing the raffle... Let me just raffle it now, but I'll have to rename it later. Matt! Rock on, dude. Is it going to be Sven again? The dual foci of practical matters in the fields, from applied terraforming to engineering sciences, and the more theoretical pursuits, including the study of local astrophysics and xenobiology. The collapse, of course, changed everything, and in the following cycles, your eyes wander, blah, blah, blah. Groups of views full of energy displaying earnest association with various subcultures by modifying their standard Academy uniforms, knockoff hive scum holo tags, iconic Luddic weave, hegemony officers, coats done up in off-code colors and patterns, ill-fitted spacer rigging, a few proper people look in the proper white coats. So let's talk to Alvis. That's who we want to talk to. And we open up comms. Hello, it's you. Your contact almost looks surprised that you're calling, but manages to launch into an upbeat introduction. My name is Alvis. Sylvester, I'm just going to call him Alvis. The new provost, that is Provost Baird, assigned me to be your liaison with the Academy. I hope you're excited to work with me as I am to be working with you. Our relationship has improved by 10. Nice to meet you. Right, Right, yes. He seems nervous to be meeting a real-life space captain. You idly wonder how he even got this position. Different departments within the Galatia Academy. Galatia? I'm just going to call it Galatia. Tell me what they need done. Then I coordinate with the freelancers, such as yourself, to procure the necessary services. Oh, and I run jobs by the finance office. So, he can pay us. We have to make sure that you get paid. That's very important. Yes, I don't work for free. Other things to note, he works for the Independents, of which I am favorable. Not that that matters right now, but that might matter later on. At any time, there may be various jobs open to you, but you have to check with me. Or sometimes there might be no jobs if they're all fulfilled. He reads something on a tablet. But it looks like Provost Barrett wants you to have first priority for anything that comes up. She must like you. You're not so sure of this. MVP, 1 year. Thanks for the resub. All right, let's inquire about available jobs. Taps his data pad. Let me look what we've got lined up for you today. The Gravity Dynamics Department needs a small team of scientists transported to a research outpost in the Alpha Sunda system. A team of HoloArt studies would like a special instrument package run on a magnetic field in the Beta Dryad system. The Terran Biology Department has requested a retrieval of an object of scientific value from a derelict ship near Gamma Balatia. Alright, well, here we go. What quest or what task do I undertake? Wow, I cannot spell today. 1, 2, 3. This, I'm probably not going to wait the full duration of the poll, but there you go. Those 3. Have a quick vote, and we'll see where we're headed. With that said, Nugs and Isla Grave, thanks for the follow. And welcome. And I guess while you vote, let me entertain you with only the most upbeat Yoda entertainment. Hi, buddy. Did you sleep in the bed last night? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. He is so small. The reason you've subscribed for a year is this guy? Hey, buddy. Hi. All right. Looks like number 1 is going to be the winning choice, but I'll leave it up for just another few seconds. There you go. Okie dokie. Thank you for your votes. So I picked number 1. Alvis quickly skims his datapad. This one is pretty standard. It's just, well, the research outpost on Alpha Sunda 4 is pretty remote, I guess. That's why the Gravity Dynamics Department wants an expert like you to handle transport. Yes, the Alpha Sunda is in the Alpha Sunda system about 31 light years away. So that is about the distance of Jotunheim and Boomlo, mind you. So they'll pay me 54,000 credits, and I accept. Okay. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to come back. I'm not going to take the other ones. So if we take a look at our intel, we should have go science team transport. So we have to go out to Alpha Sunda, which is a pretty good distance away. Let's see if there's anything else near it. Nah, not currently. The other thing I could do is I could try to ditch some of my extra ships. But no, I think I'm just going to go with the ships that I have, even though it's a little bit more expensive to roll out with them, especially the mothballed ship, to see if we can't remove the D-mods. And a pet tusk? This girl? You can't even see her. This girl? I've been paid in channel points to leave this one up on the screen, though. Oh my god, the amount of fuel it's going to take to get out there with my current fleet is prohibitive. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to drop some stuff off. Maybe I'll try to keep the mothballed ship with me. But, hi dude. Oh, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try to keep the mothballed ship with me, or should I need to trim down the fleet here so that I can actually get out to where the science team wants me to go, because it is kind of far away. Alright, so we're back in Yama, and we're probably going to drop off everything minus the Legion, if possible, and just go very lean. Very, very lean. For fuel's sake. So, fleet, leave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even some of the mules. I probably don't even need the buffalo. or the second tanker. Super lean. I do want the glitch ship, though, because I need a little cargo. I don't know. Take the mules? I'll take the mules. They're not that pricey. All right, so then if we take a look at our sector map, we've already doubled the distance that we can travel with the current fuel that we have, and I'm just going to buy a little bit more fuel to get us going the rest. I'm actually sort of curious what the difference would be if I left behind the Legion. I suppose I could check how punitive it is to take with me. Oh, it's so punitive. All right, do I take the Legion anyway? Yes or no? So the advantage of taking the Legion anyway is I probably would want to take it out of Mothball so I actually travel around with a Legion if we did take it. But obviously I would have to pay a lot more supplies and fuel to get there and back, which would make it expensive. The benefit might be that we remove some of the demods on the way there. So if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, demods are negative modifiers that damaged ships will have. So if we take a look at the Legion here, it has damaged weapon mounts, a defective manufactory, degraded life support, erratic fuel injector. The erratic fuel injector is particularly bad because that makes long range travel expensive, but those are the demods it has. And I happen to have a skill, which is field repairs, which a chance to remove 1 demod per month from a randomly selected ship in my fleet. So if I spend if I spend 4 months with the Legion in my fleet, there's a fair chance that I'll remove all those demods eventually. Again, very, very, very pricey. And it looks like it's a tight vote. It is a tight vote. You know, it's very costly to bring around, but getting these giant battleships up to snuff, and also it needs to be named Matt. That is something I need to do now. But getting these battleships up to snuff and ready for battle will help me in the long run. It just is very expensive now. But that's the way these things work, right? High upfront cost and returns on investment. Just like colonies. All right, well, if that's what you vote, that's what you vote. It looks like the yays will have it, so I'm going to buy a lot of fuel. Let's go spend some money. Spend money to make money. Okay, I'm going to try to do as much black market as I can, because then if I don't, I will literally spend more money to run this mission than the mission will even yield. Which is kind of funny, but the way it is. All right. Obviously, just the... I wonder which of my captains are probably the best at fleet command. Maybe Tangier. Probably Tangier. They're built very, very, very similar. Reckless is probably, well, I don't know. Reckless is sometimes good for fleet carriers. But let me hide that. You voted yes. So progress description now is campaign missions. And I'm going to try to build on my rope with the Independence. Or actually, I'll have you... No, my ram's fine. Shush. Let's have you decide if there's any specific factions that I should befriend. So, are there factions I should build reputation with? And I'll briefly describe them. So the hegemony is definitely the most militaristic. They have low-tech ships that are heavy-hitting. The Legion happens to be a hegemony designed ship, the one that we're trying to repair. The Luddic Church and Luddic Path, the Luddic Church, they're all about like super low tech ships, very simple ships. They tithe people in their territories. The Luddic Path is not even someone that we would build up reputation with, so I'm going to leave it off the list there. They are a like a terror cell. They're like terrorists that are loosely affiliated with the Luddic Church. Persian League. The Persian League is like a trade league that I'm not well known for good or ill. And then the Syndrian Dictat. I'm just gonna call him Syndrian. They have a monopoly on lobsters. I love how that's a thing. So funny. The Tritachyon would be the high tech. I'll just call them Tritach for short. And then the Independents, which would be the unaffiliated worlds, loosely sort of lumped together, but not really a faction. But Independence tends to be like scavengers and bounty hunters and things like that. Can be pretty useful to get on their good side because, you know, if you're on their good side, they might help you out in a bind. So I personally like high-tech ships, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to build up Tritach rep. We can not have Tritach rep and still use high-tech ships. That's not really an issue. So I am headed out to... where is it? Accepted. Alpha Sundra. So let's see how far I can get. Nope, I still need more fuel. More fuel. I might even need to retrieve one of my fuel ships, because we're just about maxed out with the amount of fuel that I can physically carry. Another option would be to refit and add fuel storage into the Legions. Let me do that. Let's get rid of dedicated targeting core and add I don't even know what it's called because I never use it. Oh, auxiliary fuel tanks. So I'd have to get rid of augmented. I don't like getting rid of efficiency overhaul, but okay, I'll do it. Okay, so now that thing can hold. That actually might not even be a net benefit. Let me check. No, I don't even think that's a net benefit. We're gonna have to pull our fuel tanks out of dry dock, or at least one of them, because efficiency overhaul reduces fuel usage. So storing more fuel to then use more fuel is not really a net benefit there. All right, that's fine. So make a quick stop over back in Yama and grab one of our fuel tankers that we have in storage there. And it looks like we're going to build up some Tritach and independent rep. Cool. Now I have a fair bit of Tritach rep already because I've been turning over, I guess not that much. But I've been turning over AI cores. One of the benefits of befriending Tritach is kind of nothing is illegal other than cores. So they're a little bit easier to get along with because they're not going to constantly be hounding you for smuggling, and, you know, they don't really care about drugs or organs or heavy armaments or any of that jazz. And then independents make up most of the scavengers and random fleets that you see out there, smugglers and things like that aren't pirate smugglers. So they're often around. So that bounty hunter is independent, and most of those fleets are independent. So being on their good side is helpful because if you're ever like trying to limp back home or something, having a bunch of the bounty hunters and smugglers and trade fleets and mercantiles like trying to ambush you when you're out and about, that sucks. I'll even take a freighter. I'll take freighter 1, not freighter 3. So we have tanker 1, tanker 2. The civilian transports I can store. probably both of them, and then store the freighter. I'm gonna, nope. We have, okay, and then, yep, that's fine. Then we go to crew and cargo, and we're gonna store all of our non-essential crew. Most of our non-essential crew. All right, bare bones. How's our range? Almost out to Alpha Syndra, wherever it is. Very, very close. So let's buy a little bit more fuel and then we'll go. Thank you so very much for watching Starsector, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of Starsector, please think about voting for it when it comes up in the polls, and you can find out when the streams are by going to Rhadamant.com and checking the countdown timers or stream schedule. Thank you so very much for watching. I will catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, everybody.